things are coming apart at the seams.
It is mind-blowing how poorly Arkansas has played in the second half this year. It's shocking. What is the narrative for Arkansas? A lot more questions going into the offseason than answers.
Disappointed. I'd go as far as angry after the bowl game. We knew that wasn't who we were, yet at the same time, it was, because it's exactly what happened.
We let a lot of people down, and guys really took that to heart.
We kind of just left a chip on our shoulder where, we came into the offseason not satisfied at all.
It was a team that quickly focused their eyes on 2017.
Our guys are extremely humbled. They're extremely hungry.
We're tired of losing, especially the way we did at the end of the season.
Going to a bowl game's not good enough. Winning 7 games, 8 games isn't good enough.
We can do more. We can do better.
We tired of being mediocre. It's time to get consistent. It's time to hold each other accountable.
All the guys have bought in.
We have the talent to compete for SC title. It's just a matter of putting it all together.
Welcome to Fayetteville, Arkansas, home of the Razorbacks, where they probably didn't call the Hogs quite as often as they would have liked to last season during a 7-6 campaign. As we welcome you inside here in Fayetteville, Dari Noka and Matt Stinchcomb. We're over the next 30 minutes. We're going to show you plenty about several aspects of this Razorback program. It didn't end pretty for them last season.
No.
Sitting at 7-4, they lose to Missouri after having a big lead against the Tigers, and then the Belk Bowl against Virginia Tech, up 24-zip at half. Hokies score all 35 points in the second half. Not the way to end 2016. Probably a good thing that a new year is here.
No question. It couldn't have ended any uglier, really. And when you look at it at a program perspective, can you get a bounce out of what should be kind of a hard reset? Those were games at the back end of the season that they should have won, that they had won. Can you avoid having that impact your offseason and having a negative impact on the next season? 2016 is over. Learn from it and then burn it. Find a way to use whatever lessons you can get from 16 to build into 17, because we know there's going to be differences. On the defensive side of the football, Paul Rhodes gets promoted to the coordinator position, new faces on that staff, and a new scheme. They go to the 3-4. They're looking to be able to capture those wins that they let slip away a year ago on that defensive side of the football. They need to make strides on that.
In this half hour, Stinch and I will introduce you to a few different parts of this program, including a wide receiver who they're going to lean on very heavily on the field. His off-field name, DJ J-Red. You'll find out what we're talking about, and you spent some time with Austin Allen, even hit the old demo field a little bit too. But as you just said, it all does start when it comes to changes with Arkansas with defense.
When I announced to the team that Paul Rhodes was taking over as our defensive coordinator, there was an eruption of applause.
Man, in the DB room, it was like a party, man. We was like, oh yeah, our DB coach, Coach Rhodes, the D coordinator. The fact that we was already with him for a whole year, we already have that camaraderie with him.
I want great, not good for you. Great, not good for you.
We already know what to expect. Going towards the new year and everything with the defense, and we don't really got to switch a lot of things up, and that was the main thing that we was worried about, but, we don't got a problem with knowing that Coach Rhodes our DC now.
Red zone, reminders, protect the what? Goal line, okay? We don't go into the end zone without the receiver taking us there, okay? We protect the goal line.
I did change schemes, but I didn't change a voice. Paul Rhodes has been here, so even though they're bringing in a new scheme, there was comfort in our kids were hearing a familiar voice.
Pushes you and then goes to the post, you'll be all over the outside shoulder, and you'll compete and win. You'll compete and win on that ball.
He helped us become a smarter defense. It's not just being physically gifted. You have to be the smartest working group and the hardest working group, and he applies that towards the whole defense.
I like to think of myself first as a teacher. I think coaching is the greatest form of teaching that there is. You're going to see a guy that teaching is very important to. You're also going to hear a guy that's very loud and working to get it accomplished.
We're on the outside edge. Here comes that stem, okay? Pedal square, keeping yourself on the outside edge. If he starts to get right here on you, is that okay? Yeah, we're in a red zone. Okay, I'm not protecting a 50-yard route, I'm protecting the goal line. Get depth. Is it occurring? okay? Don't chase it. If it's a nasty cluster, okay, you're gonna play in the 2-3 crack. Corner, stay in my quarter, and they're gonna come right to us. Do we have plenty of bodies to get this down? Absolutely we do. We protect the what of the receiver, inside or outside? Inside, okay? You do that by a conscientious alignment and keeping your body how? Square and moving inside and staying inside.
We were a 4-man front based out of a 4-3 look, and now we're going to be basing out of a 3-man front and a 3-4 defense. So schematically, it's going to be quite a bit different.
I think that shows a little bit more diversity in how we can bring pressures, a little bit more aggressiveness, a little bit of better disguise before the snap. I know offensively it's caused them a few headaches. For the majority in our league, especially the SEC West, everybody's really converted to a 3-4 scheme most of the time. So it's a little bit of everything that gets me excited.
3-4, I feel like it's going to be great for our defense. You know, we were able to use the talent that we have on the team, and it helps take the load off the safeties as well because of the extra linebacker help that we have, and you know, up there in the box. So, you know, I love 3-4. I'm ready to get out there, you know, and show the country what it's made of.
Austin Allen. I don't see a lot of quarterbacks playing that well.
Wide open touchdown, Arkansas. Austin Allen would not be denied. Beautiful throw by Austin Allen. Allen on the ground for the win. You just can't throw this ball in any better place than Austin Allen did.
We're on the practice fields here at the University of Arkansas, and we're joined by one of the top signal callers that will be returning for 2017, Austin Allen, entering your senior year. Congrats on last year. We know that it didn't end the way that you wanted it to. Every quarterback is a leader, and the role that you play on this team, you kind of have to set the tone for your teammates. Last year didn't end the way you wanted it. What was it that you did to kind of avoid there being a pall over this entire offseason and get some momentum going into 2017?
Yeah, you know, right after the game, I mean, everyone was, you know, about as down as you can be, and just, you know, a guy like Frank Ragnow got up in the locker room, gave a speech where we all bought in, and you know, made it put a chip on our shoulder going into this offseason where you can't have a day where you don't feel like going to work out, you don't feel like doing this. You got to come in every single day with the mindset, you know, you're trying to beat out everyone in the SEC West and in the country, and you know, just kind of had a chip on our shoulder all throughout this offseason, through workouts, through spring ball, and just the way these guys bought in to you know, trying to be the best football players and people they can be is really been special to see and special to be around. Well,
you're the top guy in the conference coming back. Now, there are other contenders, obviously. There's some good quarterbacks in this conference, but the numbers don't lie. You know, you look at the quarterback rating, you look at the completions, the touchdowns. I'm sure you're not focused on that, but with those accomplishments come some expectations. And you know, you're in the indoor practice facility, and over your shoulder there's a picture of your big brother. So you're a Fayetteville guy. What's the pressure like to be the quarterback here in Arkansas?
You know, there's pressure in everything you do, and you know, quarterback, there's added pressure with that, but also just being the person you are, and you know, not trying to make this football game bigger than what it actually is. So you just got to go in where, you know, try to be the best teammate you can be, and have the preparation take over where, you know, you're going to be the hardest worker on the team. You know, and as long as you do that, and if the guys see how hard you work, and I think everything will take care of itself. And you know, you try to be the same person you have been, and same person you were when you got here. You know, don't try to stay humble and everything like that. So I think that's what I've tried to do, and try to let all that take care of itself.
All right, so as a quarterback, show us a little bit what it looks like for you, where your eyes are on a passing play. And you're assessing the defense, et cetera, so it's protection. There's a lot of things happening. Got to know where to go with the football. We're going to set it right here. We're in the red zone.
Red zone,
so you got
yeah.
a scoring opportunity right here. But give us an idea of what a pass play looks like, and then where are your eyes working pre-snap and then as you're taking your drop?
Right, so red zone, what we talk about is touchdown to check down. So that's kind of a critical area for us, but just routes, our offense, we have key concept progressions and movement progressions where, you know, you got, if it's middle field open, we're going to read this side, middle field closed, we might go back to the back side, or leverage of the safeties, leverage of the corners, everything like that. So let's say we're in right out, Liz, rip, Liz, Y stick, dragon. That's kind of a basic route for us where middle field open, at the snap, you're kind of looking at the safety, see what they're doing. So if you ready, set, green 80, you see someone take 2 steps in, you know they're rolling to middle field close. So sticks out of the progression, you're working drag and backside. You know, there's a lot that goes into a completion every single play.
Well, so let's run one. And I'm going to go ahead and we'll give you the answers to the test. You're going to hit the dragon, okay? So the first thing is you're looking at the safeties and you see what?
Safeties. So you see usually every pass play you're going to look at the safety, see what they're doing. So midfield, if you see that guy roll down, you know it's going midfield close. So you're going to work slant arrow backside. So
let's bring in our receiver, our producer Randy, a tremendous athlete.
Absolutely.
You know. He was the #1 intramural sports guy at Oklahoma, I believe. Yeah.
That's impressive.
So if you hit him in the hands, he's going to make the catch. Go ahead, Austin. What does it look like?
All right, so at the snap, we're at the line of scrimmage. We're reading the safeties. Know it's going to be midfield close. So at the snap, you get your eyes right on your movement key. So you see him buzzing underneath the slant route. Get right to the flat route. 3rd and 4, get a first down. And that's kind of the way it goes in the passing game.
Get the ball to a supreme athlete in space. You work from safeties to linebackers. And next thing you know, you got a completion in the red zone.
Makes my job easy throwing to a guy like that.
I like being around music, and I try to put myself in situations where I can be around it as much as possible. And DJing is just another one of those ways where I can, you know, make and create and be around music.
She's getting a little bit of a baby bump, which is awesome. I mean, I've told her I've had a bump for about 20 years. It ain't that big a deal. But she's really excited about hers, and it's been a lot of fun.
We've got longer gestational periods.
Yes. You shed yours. I'm not doing as good as you.